Okay, the people are back in here. So, a few notes. We've been going for nearly 20 years now with basically no funding. We get bits of funding from grants, but obviously we need donations and we need grants, and any donations from you guys would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to put that out front right now. The second thing is that this is a staged reading, which means that people are still on book, and it is a piece that is in development, and it's written by Karlinsky. Later, I think. I'm not sure if they do, but they're in the program, and you just have to hit that square, and you all know about these clever things, and you do that, and then you get the program of who's who and who's doing what. So I'm using my notes, wait a minute. And then we run play labs twice a week, and we have two lots of playwrights, Zooming and in person, and we have about 16 playwrights at the moment who are producing work as we go along. And we have another stage reading in March, another stage reading in April, and then we have a May festival of new plays, 10-minute scenes from all the plays that have been written. So we hope that you'll be able to come to that, because that's very exciting. Okay, we have some books written by our TC Squared team, if you're interested in any books. I think I've told you, maybe I haven't yet, the bathrooms that go out here, go right and go to the end and turn left if you need the bathroom. If you need to exit during the piece, you can, but try and do it in between scenes if you can. What else? Oh yes, the feedback cards on your seats are so that you can write little things down that hit you in some way or another, like they really mean something to you, or you didn't understand them, or who is this, what is that, blah, blah, blah. And that's really helpful, because later on we're going to have a very short feedback session where we will ask you for your responses, because that's the way that the playwrights keep developing their pieces. Okay. We'd also like to acknowledge that we are on the unceded lands of the Massasoit, the Wampanoag, and the Nipmuc tribes, who obviously this was their land, and we have all taken over their lands, 400 years of slavery and so on, and we wish to remember that this land will always be native land, it will always be their land, and we appreciate that. If there are any other questions that you want to ask at the end, please do. I think I've covered everything except you turn off all your phones and your smart watches and all these clever things that make noises, okay? So switch them all off, and I think we're ready to go. Do I need to introduce the actors, or are they introducing themselves? No. Okay. All right. So here we go. Enjoy the show. Without further ado.
The Book of Norman by Karlinsky. And the characters are Norman Stevens, grandfather; Oliver Stevens, Norman's son; Timothy Stevens, Oliver's son; Jane Stevens, Timothy's mother; Peter Wall, woodworker; and Jan Wall, Peter's son. And I am Angela Lynn. Scene 1, Timothy's bedroom. Typical late teens room, messy, clothes strewn on the bed, a TV on a stand. Timothy lies on the bed, absorbed with his cell phone, while Oliver Stevens holds a paper.
This is unacceptable.
C's are acceptable, F's are unacceptable.
Don't talk back to me, young man. You know as well as I that a C is unacceptable in this house. I never got a C. Your mother never got a C, and you never got a C before this.
What about Norman? Did he get C's?
Norman never went to college.
And he's rich.
Yeah, he's rich.
Look, Dad, I'm not interested in physics. Couldn't care less. So I got a C, no big deal. I'm doing well in my creative writing class. I like writing.
Creative writing won't help you get into college or in life. Doing well in science and math is key to getting into a good university.
I told you I don't want to go to an elite university. Maybe I don't want to go to a university at all.
Well then, big shot, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I haven't tried anything other than going to school. I have no experience in anything. I study all the time. I haven't dated, no dating. With you, it's work, work, work.
Believe me, it's the only way to succeed. It's a tough world out there. I'm just trying to give you a head start. You need to keep your grades up to keep your options open. You should thank me.
I should thank you for working me to the bone? You don't get it. I want a life that's more than work. I want to try new things, like working with my hands. I wanted to take shop class, but you didn't sign. How about letting Peter help me learn some woodworking?
No. I want you putting all your energy into doing well at school. Period.
Scene 2, Oliver Stevens' library.
Peter, I'm not getting any younger.
No, the work proceeds slowly, but you'll like the finished product.
I know I'll like the finished product. I've seen your work.
I guessed as much once at Norman's.
Yes, at Norman's. Why don't you get your son to help? Is he not skilled?
Jan is skilled, but he does not have the patience for a project such as this.
He's your son. I'm sure you could persuade him.
I do not think so. In the past, when we worked together, we argued constantly. He wanted me to hurry. I told him the work takes as long as it takes. It's what my father taught me, so he refuses to work with me.
You know you're a dinosaur, the last of a dying breed.
God willing, I will complete your library as I've promised. I've not disappointed yet.
Remember, God's not paying you.
I cannot forget. Someone keeps reminding me.
Peter, I have coffee and sweets for you.
Thank you, Mrs. Stevens. You're too kind.
Oh, not at all. I'll just put this down away from the dust.
Timothy enters. Peter's foot slips off the ladder. He drops the screwdriver, wobbles and struggles to regain his balance. But Timothy rushes in, stabilizes him, then helps him climb down.
Got you, old man. Ever think that maybe you're too old to be climbing ladders?
Good morning, Timothy. Thank you for helping me, but I'm afraid I must still climb ladders.
You should be more careful. You've made progress, for sure.
What are you doing?
Taking a few photos to show my friends. None of them have a library. They got entertainment rooms instead. That's what my dad wanted to do with this room. The library was not his first choice.
Do your friends read books?
Not if they can help it. They read only when they have to, mostly for school assignments.
But you read books.
Nah, I play video games.
I'm sorry to hear that books are important. You can play video games and also read books.
I guess. My father doesn't read books either. Just the Wall Street Journal, and he is rich. Maybe you don't need to read books to become rich.
Reading books does not predict wealth or happiness. Read a book or two. You'll learn about human nature. It's very important. More important than making money.
Maybe. Dust. Makes me wheeze.
Then you should not come in here when I'm working. Dust is a part of my life, but it need not be a part of yours. It killed my father and will likely kill me. But he smoked and I do not. My wife complains. She vacuums me when I come through the door.
At least you're wearing a mask, that's something.
When I work, I sometimes forget, like now.
We need you healthy so you can finish the job.
Oh, is that the only reason?
Think about Mrs. Peter and your family. They need you too. I gotta go. Be seeing you.
You're already seeing me.
Dude, you're too funny.
Scene 3, Norman Stevens' library. Norman Stevens sits in a padded wheelchair surrounded by his books shelved in a beautiful library. There are several books on a wooden library table beside his chair, and he's got one in his hands.
Does Oliver know you're here? If he finds out, you'll catch hell.
Whatever, I'm used to it.
Yes, I'm sure you are.
I'll be gone soon enough. I haven't seen you in a while, so what's up? I know you must have a good reason for texting me. I didn't even know you had a cell.
I'm old, but hip to the latest tech. Don't tell anyone, but I even have a computer and I know how to use Zoom.
Are you on social media?
Only Facebook, Meta as it's now called. I'm on it because you're on it. Most of it is a waste of time and I don't have much time to waste. I asked you here because I'm not considered a part of the family by my son, and I thought that you might want to get to know me a bit before I kick off.
The part about the family is old news.
Well, I want it to change.
Because you're dying.
Because I'm dying. Knowing you're going to die soon has that kind of effect on a person. Tying up loose ends. Will you get the idea?
I'm young and I've got no sense.
But you've got time to tie them up. Did you know that Peter built this library? It's quite something.
No.
I wanted an old-time craftsman to construct an old-time library to house old-time books for an old-time man.
It's beautiful.
So it is. Take a close look at the book in the case.
Is it a first edition?
But of course.
Moby Dick. Wow. They tried to make us read it in school, but no one did, me included. We just looked up the plot and character studies on the internet. It was way easier than reading the whole thing. Dad was impressed. He likes efficiency.
Well, efficiency is important, but not when reading a novel, especially a great one. You have to take your time.
I really don't care.
I get it. I was like you when I was young, but I learned to appreciate the language and the emotional conflicts by going slow. Summaries do not suffice. Books aren't everything, but you can learn a lot about life from them.
Really? What can you learn from Moby Dick?
The great whale was not forced to attack the Pequod. It could have left the ship alone, but it didn't. Why not?
I don't know.
One reason might be that it really wasn't attacking the ship itself, but the ship's captain, Ahab. It recognized Ahab, and somehow it knew that Ahab wanted revenge for what had happened previously.
So Moby Dick is about revenge.
Revenge is a very powerful emotion that can be expressed in many forms. But the fact is that revenge rarely provides the result that the person extracting it expects. Ahab hated the whale because it took a body part, a part of Ahab's image of himself as a man, as a leader of men. That was unforgivable. It beated him in combat, hence his revenge obsession. I think that Oliver is extracting revenge on me by withholding his family.
I don't want to get involved with that. Leave me out of it.
There's a book I want to give you. It's over in that case on that table. Bring it here, please.
There's no title.
Right. Open it. Flip through a few pages.
It's handwritten, and there are many blank pages at the end.
Correct. I wrote it, but it's not finished. I want you to finish it.
What do you mean?
I've been writing it for years, mostly from memory and notes. It's about my life, and it won't be complete until I pass away. I'm not up to writing it anymore. It's too exhausting, and I can't concentrate because of the chemo, plus my hand shakes. Besides, I won't be around to write the finish. The last page, the ending. I need someone I trust to do it. I trust you.
Why me?
I know you through your posts on Meta. You're a good writer with a good heart.
I'm sorry, Norman, I can't do it.
You can. When I'm gone and it's done, give it to Oliver.
No, I can't do it and I don't want to do it. It's too much responsibility.
There's no one else I trust.
I can't write.
You definitely can write. You wrote a sonnet. And I quote, "Her voice, a symphony of pure delight, enchants me with every gentle note. Her laughter rings, a melody so bright, a vibrant chord that echoes in my soul. We shared our playlist, souls intertwined, each track a chapter of our budding tale.
Each glance she gave a note upon the scale, a sweet crescendo building in my chest. I yearn to know if I can ever sail upon the sea of feelings put to test. At concerts we sway in perfect harmony, our bodies close, lost in the beating bass. Though young we are, this harmony feels true. My heart's soundtrack will always play for you." I didn't realize that my creative writing teacher posted that.
So, there's a girl you like. Am I wrong?
This is embarrassing. It's personal. I didn't know the sonnet would wind up on Meta.
Tell me the girl's name.
I can't.
Why not? It's a beautiful sonnet, written for a beautiful girl. It's not something I would have done when I was your age, but I sure as hell would now. Love is wonderful at any age. That's one of the things I've learned along the way. Her name, please.
Farley. Her name is Farley.
If you're up to it, give her regards from your grumpy grandpa. We've established that you can write. So write whatever you think belongs in the book, however you want to say it. I don't care. I just want us to be together and learn more about each other while I still can. But one more thing. Don't let anyone read it until I'm gone.
And then give it to my father. Why?
I have my reasons. I want to emphasize my reasons. I don't want him knowing my secrets while I'm alive. It's important.
I can't do this.
Listen to me, Timothy. Although we've never spent a lot of time together, I want you to know that I love you. And I'm asking you to do this one thing. I know you can finish my book. I'm counting on you to do it. Promise me.
Scene 4, Oliver Stevens' library. Peter cuts boards. He's not wearing a mask. There's a large air purifier purring softly nearby. He holds the boards up one at a time and examines them. Notices Timothy.
Hi, Peter. Seems that there's less dust around.
Yes, Timothy, an air purifier was delivered this morning. I must thank Mrs. Stevens.
You can thank me. It was my idea. I asked Dad to buy one. Not just for you, but for all of us. This way I can spend more time in this room without wheezing.
Then thank you.
Timothy approaches the table saw, touches it.
Be careful, Timothy.
Can I try?
It is dangerous. Do you have any experience working with power tools?
Nope. But I'm a fast learner.
I'm sure you are.
Please, Peter, it looks cool. I've always wanted to learn woodworking.
Does your school offer shop?
Sure, but Dad's got me loaded up with AP courses. You know how it is. Gotta get into college and all. Dad doesn't think much of working with your hands. He thinks anyone can do it.
Perhaps he is right.
I don't think so. Can you show me?
I cannot. Not until you have permission from your parents.
No problem.
Scene 5, Oliver Stevens Library. Timothy sits at board supported by 2 sawhorses. He reads Norman's book by the light of the table lamp. Jane walks in.
What are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing?
Don't be annoying. Why are you reading in here?
It seems like the right place, reading in a library, or a soon-to-be library.
There are certainly more comfortable places in this house to read.
True, but this place seems like the right place for this particular book.
And why is that?
It's his book.
You saw Norman.
He texted me and asked me to come over. He said it was important.
Why didn't you run and tell me or Dad? You should have run it by one of us.
What for? You might have said okay, but Dad definitely would have said no. I figured there must be a reason, and I miss seeing him, so I went. I'm old enough to make my own decisions.
It's fine with me, but Oliver will be angry when he finds out.
Don't tell him. It'll be our little secret.
I'll think about it.
Please, Mom. I don't want any more trouble from Dad. He's already pissed at me for no reason.
I know. Okay, our little secret. And how does Norman look? Not too good, I bet.
Bad. Weak. Scrunched up.
I'm sorry to hear that. I always liked Norman.
Really? I never knew that.
Norman was always nice to me. It's Dad that dislikes him. What did he want?
He wanted to give me this. He wrote it. It's about him, his life. He made me promise to finish it.
Let me get this straight. He's been writing a memoir and he wants you to finish it? Why?
He says it's because of the chemo. He doesn't have the energy or the concentration, and his hand shakes.
I don't think those are the only reasons.
He says I'm a good writer.
You are a good writer, but that's not it either.
What else then?
I'm not sure. The man is either crazy or sneaky smart. You said he made you promise?
I had no choice, and I felt sorry for the old man.
There's always a choice. I never would have thought that Norman could write a book even about himself. He's such a closed person. I bet it's really interesting. Can I read it? Only a couple pages, like before. It'll be our little secret.
No. Nope, you can't. Not until I finish it, which means not until he dies. Norman made me promise not to show it to anyone, including you and Dad.
It's not a real promise he made you.
A promise is a promise, whether you mean it or not. That's what you said.
No, I said a promise made is a debt unpaid.
Same thing.
Definitely don't tell your father that you saw Norman and that he gave you his book to finish.
Can you tell me why Dad hates Norman so much? I'm old enough to understand.
It's because Oliver blamed Norman for his mother's death. Norman was abusive.
He beat her? I just started reading his book, so maybe I haven't reached that part yet.
No, he never did that. It was never physical abuse. He was more subtle, like more emotional and verbal abuse. He would squeeze her hand very hard if he didn't like what she said at work or dinner parties. And he would yell at her if dinner was late or cold. It got worse after Oliver was born. Norman became consumed with work and himself. Eventually, she and Oliver moved out, and they divorced when he was 5. She died soon after. Norman raised Oliver until he was done with university. Norman's different now, and maybe that's because he's dying.
Norman always sent me gifts on my birthday and Christmas. He was always nice to me.
True, and also to me. I think Norman's sorry about a lot of things. Maybe he's just trying to get Oliver to forgive him before he dies.
Why did Dad agree to take Grandpa's books and build a library to house them? That's a big deal.
Frankly, I don't get it. Oliver doesn't even like books. I was quite surprised when he told me about the library. He's upset. He wanted an entertainment and movie screening center in this place.
You know, Mom, Dad's not very nice to you.
You're right. He's not.
But you're not going to divorce him, right?
I've been thinking about it, but I haven't made any decisions. What's your opinion?
My opinion? Don't put this on me.
Scene 6. Timothy records Norman relating his day's activities on his phone.
So, I sit in this very comfortable chair in what they call the chemo room. I'm usually not alone. Every chair is occupied by a patient. We're all in the same boat. I guess you could say that the chemo room is a leveler. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, in there, everyone's the same. And all the patients look like shit, Timothy. Some chemo has bad side effects, so the nurses give some folks medications to deal with that. They don't want people puking their guts out. All the chemo nurses are real nice, try to make the experience as pleasant as possible. They pre-medicate you after they stick an IV in your arm. It used to bother me, but no more. And then they give you your chemo. Usually takes 2 to 3 hours.
Sounds boring.
It is, but there are TVs. Some people read, most of us keep to ourselves. Some talk with their chair neighbors or bring laptops. We all try to make the best we can out of it.
What do you talk about?
I talk about you, my wonderful grandson, and how you're helping me with this project. I talk about my library and what it means to me, and a bit about the mistakes I made in my life. I never talk about my business, and sometimes, if I'm up to it, I write.
Are you tired?
Oh, yeah. Did you get all that?
Yes. Norman? Can I talk to you about something else?
Of course.
My mom is considering divorcing my dad. I knew things were bad between them, but not this bad.
Don't blame yourself. From what I know, it was just a matter of time. It's a recapitulation of my relationship with my wife. Once a partner in a marriage thinks of getting a divorce, it usually happens. Maybe it's a good thing.
It's not a good thing, it's a bad thing.
Well, good luck. I don't know what you can do. By the way, how far have you read in my book? Have you gotten to the part about my marriage?
No.
Oh,
Is it that pain again?
it's getting worse.
Try this, it'll help.
What is it?
Weed.
Oh, thanks, son.
Scene 7. Oliver Stevens' library. Peter shows Timothy how to use a table saw. Peter hesitates, then motions Timothy closer, hands him a pair of gloves and safety glasses. He shows Timothy how to line the wood up against the guide and position the board. Then he turns the machine on and helps Timothy slide the board through the blade.
What do you think you're doing?
Showing Timothy how to use a table saw.
It looked cool, and I asked Peter to teach me.
No, it was my idea, Mr. Stevens. The boy has aptitude.
I could fire you for this. I don't want you messing with tools. They're dangerous and you're too young. I told you, I want you to work with your brain, not your hands.
But Dad,
Don't dad me. I absolutely forbid it. And I'm holding you responsible for making sure he doesn't. If it happens again, you're fired. Don't you have homework to do? I told you that your grades have to improve. We're deciding on college visits soon, and where we look depends on how well you're doing in school.
you weren't happy with my test scores.
You're going to take them again.
No way, Dad, I'm not. I don't know about college. Maybe I'll do a gap year instead. Get a job. Figure some things out.
Forget it. No gap year for you, buddy. I never did a gap year. It's a waste of time. Time is not to be wasted. Don't argue with me. Some of this is on you.
You lied to me.
I'm very sorry. But he doesn't let me do anything I want to. He won't even let me try. He's impossible, and I can't take it anymore. I know Dad's anxious and worried about Grandpa dying before he finished the library, but that's no excuse for how he acts.
What do you mean?
Dad never wanted a library in the first place. He likes to show movies, so he wanted a media room. But for some reason, Dad promised Norman that he could move his entire library here. Norman wants to make sure his books will be well taken care of when he's gone. Why would he care? I don't get it.
I see. How long does Norman have?
Nobody knows for sure. The doctors say months. They're trying a new drug. If it works, Norman can have more time, maybe a few more months. Is that enough time to finish?
I do not think so. It took me 2 years to build Norman's library.
I apologize for my dad's comment about working with your hands. It was uncalled for.
I've heard it before. In fact, I advised my son to do other work, but after he graduated from university and worked in an office, it came to me and he said he wanted to do what I do. I couldn't refuse.
Scene 8. Progress has been made. Most of the shelves are in. His son, Jan, is up on a ladder, fitting pieces together.
Peter, it's looking very good. The walnut is beautiful.
Walnut is beautiful in its natural state or stained. That's why I used it for Mr. Norman's library, and Mr. Stevens specifically requested it be used for this one.
I see. Do you think he got the idea from Norman?
I did get the impression that Mr. Stevens would have preferred a lighter grained wood.
So we're basically recreating Norman's library here. I'm surprised.
Don, thank you for helping your father out. The work has gone much faster.
Well, I was between jobs, the money is good, and there's time pressure to complete the work.
Mr. Norman graciously agreed to support Jan.
Really? Does Oliver know about this?
I did not know if Mr. Norman told Mr. Stevens.
Told me what?
Norman hired Jan to help Peter finish the library.
Son of a bitch. That man still wants to control everything. I can't stand it. Every little thing. Son of a bitch.
Scene 9.
So,
There was no reason for you to pay for Jan. You could have managed it.
you know Oliver hates to spend money. My son is too cheap to have done that. He'd rather work old Peter to death.
Whose fault is that?
Guilty as charged.
So you're admitting it. He's just like you.
He is. Now, in my old age, before it's too late, I'm trying to change. It's true, I spent most of my life making money to the detriment of other things. Now, I just want my library cared for when I'm gone.
Oliver doesn't give a shit about your books and you know it.
But Timothy might.
Timothy doesn't read much. But he's young. He might care. But that's not the whole story, and you know it. You're just a dying old man surrounded by these old books. Let's see. Hemingway, Irving, Locke, Shakespeare. Wow. Are these all first?
Not the Shakespeares. The really valuable verse, along with some others, are locked in a temperature and humidity-controlled vault.
You've got all these books most you've never read, right?
True enough, I started too late, but that doesn't mean that I haven't learned from the ones I have read. And Timothy might read them.
The truth is you're surrounded by books, but you're alone. It's just you and Susan, your caretaker. You paying for Jan is a way of staying in our lives, being involved, getting to know Timothy. That's why you pawned your book off on him, am I right?
Of course you're right, but what's wrong with it? If you'd insisted, Oliver would have come around. But you kept me out instead. My last chance is with Timothy.
After what you did to Mary, I guess I held a grudge. I liked Mary. And then you denied Oliver that loan. That was mean.
Okay, maybe I wasn't the greatest husband or father, but I gave Mary everything she wanted or needed.
Except love and companionship.
Yeah, except those. When he came to live with me, Oliver needed toughening up. Soft doesn't cut it in this world. Hard cuts it. He needed to find out whether he could make it on his own. Trial by
I
fire.
was a child. There are different degrees of hardness, just like with rocks. Oliver didn't need to be a diamond. Granite would have been hard enough.
I succeeded. Oliver is tough. His business success shows that.
He owns pawn shops.
Well, it's not what I would have done, but there's no shame in that.
Heart of darkness. That's you. You made Oliver feel like dirt when you raised him. You're still not proud of him.
I never meant to make him feel that way.
Read it. You might learn something. Why can't you just leave us alone? I compromise with myself. I keep you informed. Isn't that enough?
Thank you for that, but it's not. I need that library finished before I croak, and I need Timothy to finish my book. It's very important.
Why is it so important? And why can't I read it?
I made Timothy promise that neither you nor my son can see it before I die, and that's final. I have my reasons.
Scene 10.
I'm happy we're working together on this job.
Don't get used to it, Pops. I'm only here for the bucks.
I know. Still, it's good to be together.
Yeah, I feel it too. You're not getting any younger, and Louisa and the kids don't see you enough. I want them to know their grandfather. You should come over more.
They'll forget me as soon enough when they realize they like girls.
Well, sure. But when they get over that, they'll come back to you. They love you. And they'll want some of that Peter wisdom that only comes with age and experience.
I'm old. I have experience. I feel no wiser than I did when I was your age.
I can tell you one thing. From what I've seen of this family, you could teach them a few things.
That's true.
That Mr. Oliver, he's tough on the kid. I mean, you were tough on me, but not like that.
It's better not to mix into other folks' troubles.
Yeah, I know. But it's hard to watch. The kid wants to learn. Nothing wrong with that, no matter what it is.
True. Your kids will learn the joys of working with their hands.
And their brains. And the brains will tell the hands what to do and how to do it.
My brain is telling me it's time to let the hands do their job.
Hello, Timothy. How was school?
Boring. I was reading about routers on the internet. Could you show me how to use it? I won't touch it.
Of course, I'll show you how to make a rabbit, a tongue, and a groove joint.
Groovy.
Groovy. Nobody says groovy anymore. You're supposed to say awesome.
I hate that word.
Me too.
Groovy.
You can do joinery with hand tools as well, but the router's much easier.
I like the idea of putting things together that were once apart.
Yes, when joined, the pieces of wood are performing a function they couldn't when they were apart. Making strong joints are important.
That night.
It's coming along nicely.
Yes, the work is progressing more quickly with Jan helping. He's just as able as his father.
You got so angry when you found out that Norman was paying him. You could have paid him, but you didn't.
I've done enough for Norman. I agreed to take his library and place it in the space I wanted to use for something else. You didn't complain.
That was nice of you, considering you hate him and I like libraries. I like the way they look and smell.
I couldn't refuse.
Sure you could have.
Not really. Norman's paying for this entire job. Plus, there's a plus. A big one.
Money?
Of course! Why else would I have done it? The shops haven't been doing too well lately. We could use the money. Norman offered to pay for Timothy's college education.
You shit, it's always about money to you.
Yeah, it is. I learned that from Norman. He despises what I do, even though now he says he doesn't. He never got over the fact that I didn't want to join him in business, or that I wasn't up to his mark. I hate him because of how he treated my mom and because I'm such a disappointment to him.
You were powerless when you were a kid and couldn't save their marriage. So come off it. You know it wasn't your fault.
Of course I know it wasn't my fault, but knowing doesn't change the way I feel. I feel a bit better when he passes because I won't have to think about him as much. I'm not inheriting much. I know that for a fact. Norman had his lawyer give me the news. Most everything goes to Timothy. And you. He likes you.
You should try to be nicer to Timothy.
I am nice in my own way. It's a tough world out there. Norman tried to make me tough and he failed. I'm not going to fail. Timothy's going to grow up strong and hard. Timothy's the nail. I'm the hammer.
I guess now is as good a time as any. Oliver, I don't want to be married to a hammer. I am sick and tired of you hammering me as well as our son. I've been considering a separation. I'm giving you a fair warning. There's only a year until Timothy's in college, and then I'm out, all the way out.
I don't believe you.
It's true. Believe it. You cheated on me, and I knew it, and I never said a word. And what have you given me all these years? Pain and grief. You're a hard-nosed piece of shit, and shit gets flushed out sooner or later.
Scene 11.
How can you say you love me when you don't even know me?
I know you. Jane's kept me informed. I've watched you grow up. I've attended most of your sports events, but made sure you never saw me.
That's not enough.
I know how you've been doing in school. I hate to give unrequested advice, but you've got to work a bit harder to keep your grades up. I know you're not sure you want to go to college, but that's fine with me. I never went. But the best thing is to try to keep your options open, because as you get older, options always reduce in number. Always. So try to keep your options open.
All that talk is just stuff. I don't know you, really. I know you work for a shipping company, but I don't know what you did. I don't know what you thought or anything.
You're right. We really don't know each other, but it's all in my book. Just read it. But the thing is, and it's important, that I care about you. I see that you're growing up like your father. He's turning you into a version of himself, just like I turned him into a version of me. And it's not a good version that results in a good life. It's a hard version without empathy or consideration for other people. I learned this from my own experience and from reading books. My books that eventually will pass to you.
You're leaving your book collection to me? Why? I don't read books. How can you be so sure that I won't just sell them?
I can't, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. You'll be free to do what you want with them. I just want you to finish my book, and this library becoming yours is payback. That's all. Just remember, I'm your grandpa. We'll always be related by blood, so part of me is in you. Come here. Give me a hug.
Scene 12. Timothy Stevens' bedroom.
You've been waiting for this to happen? I don't know what else to do.
When is this going to happen?
I'm looking at places. I'm planning to move out soon.
I don't want you to divorce because of me. I can handle the crap.
I'm sorry, I choose not to handle it anymore.
You still love Dad.
I don't know. He has many good qualities. But as he's gotten older, the bad ones seem to be taking hold. It's this library. Norman's come back into his life, reminding him of things he's chosen to forget about. I think Dad feels Norman is controlling his life, which makes him feel less of a man.
Yeah, that makes sense. Be totally honest with me. Do you really want a divorce? Really, in your heart of hearts, do you want one?
Scene 13. Norman's in his wheelchair holding a glass of scotch. Timothy is by his side reading Norman's book.
Should you be drinking that? You're on chemo.
Of course.
But it's liquor.
Exactly. No better time. Would you like a sip? It's single malt, the good stuff.
I'm not 18 yet. My dad would kill me if he found out.
Who's going to inform the man of your indiscretion? Certainly not I.
Stroke stuff.
Strong but good. Remember, moderation in all things. Never overdo anything. Makes a man crazy.
You were a prime example of that.
True. True, I was. Crazy. Drank too much when I was younger. Guess I thought it was part of becoming a man. Gambled some too. Won some, lost more. But I gave that all up when I met my beauty.
You said in here she made a man of you.
That she did. A good woman can do that if you listen to her.
You wrote that you have to listen with your heart as well as your ears and brain.
I see you've gotten something out of my meandering.
I don't know, to me, there's a problem. My folks think that you were the one who had affairs, that you cheated on her, that she divorced you. She treated you like shit.
That's true. All true. I felt that I was responsible for her behavior, so I took the blame. She didn't need any more emotional trouble. But basically, that's why I got Oliver to raise. She wasn't capable of doing it. I treated your grandmother like shit. There's no excuse for that. That's what I want you to understand. There are never excuses for bad behavior, and there's no going back. With me, business always came first. Meetings with clients, factory or warehouse problems, the push for contracts, it was constant. I was on a treadmill that never stopped. She couldn't handle it.
Sounds awful. So that's why you don't want my folks to read your book now. You don't want them to know the truth.
That's right. I learned the hard way that you have to work not just on the job, but also at being a father and part of a family, and that means being available.
I guess Mary couldn't stand it. So you never cheated on her. But you argued constantly.
Yeah, we drank together. I stopped. She couldn't. I recreated my own upbringing in my own family. That's what your father's doing.
You're drinking again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore, and helps with the pain.
This has got nothing to do with me.
You're mistaken. You're Oliver's son. What's happening is affecting you, and it's got to stop. Otherwise, you'll repeat Oliver's mistakes.
Not gonna happen. I'm never getting married. I'm gonna do my own thing. Once I turn 18, I'm out, library or not.
Timothy, I am counting on you to finish my book. And maybe you'd consider helping your parents stick together.
Don't! There's nothing I can do.
Are you sure?
Scene 14. Jan's finishing up work, cleaning his tools and organizing tomorrow's job.
Good evening, Mr. Stevens.
Where's Jan?
He's a young man with a family. He needs to be home for dinner and after.
You've done a remarkably fine job here.
Thank you.
My father's collection will fit in here very nicely. He'll be happy.
Yes.
Since you built his library, perhaps you can tell me what's so important about his books. Hardly anyone reads books anymore. Everything's available on the internet. There's no need to buy books, just rent them or buy digital versions and store them in the cloud. And they consume a remarkably large amount of space that could be put to better use. So tell me, what's so important about keeping books? Or possibly one could say hoarding them.
Well, I really can't say. I'm not a learned man, but even I have a small library in my house. I don't know what Mr. Norman's reasons are, but I can tell you mine. My books are not read anyway, but to me, they are precious. When I'm surrounded by them, I feel happy. I'm surrounded by the people that wrote them and all of their ideas, aspirations, fears, doubts, problems solved and unsolved, and all that it represents. I've read many of them several times. I've never discarded any. I view that as sacrilege. Jan's also read most of them, and I trust his children will as well. They will know me through my books, because my books are a part of me.
I certainly was not expecting that.
Well, it doesn't have to be books. My father wasn't a reader, he just a daily newspaper, a magazine or two. He loved his tools, the things that he used every day of his working life.
He hands it to Oliver and guides him over to a plank that he fixes in a clamp. He shows Oliver how to plane it. Oliver runs the plane along the wood several times and hands it back to Peter.
When I do that, I feel my father doing it. It brings me closer to him. I revere his tools, and they'll be young someday. Certainly you have something similar for Timothy.
Nothing comes to mind.
I'm not one to offer advice that hasn't been requested, but you might find something before he leaves.
He's not leaving. He'll continue his education at the university and live at home.
Adult children have their own plans, and as my wife says, if you let them go with encouragement, they often will return. But if you restrain them with both hands, they'll eventually leave and never return. I know you love your son very much. The question is, do you trust him?
You've made yourself scarce the past several days. Did you really mean what you said the other day? Calling me shit?
I'm hiring an attorney.
You know I love you.
What I know, but never brought up, is that you cheated on me and that you cheated our son out of a real father.
So you knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I made a decision to overlook your shortcomings until Timothy was of college age.
That must have been hard. I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I haven't cheated in years.
It's not worth that much at this point.
What if I change?
In my experience, people can rarely change their nature.
I can't stomach the thought of losing you and our son. I'm sure both of you would get along just fine without me, but I don't think the reverse is true.
Right. It's still all about you. What you can and can't do.
My problem.
What are you going to do about it?
Get some advice.
Scene 15, Timothy's bedroom.
Dad, I'm surprised to see you. What's up?
Your mother is seriously considering leaving me.
I know. She told me.
Truth is, I've been pissing her off for years. It's coming up now because you're turning 18. She sees it as good a time as any to get a divorce, if there ever is such a time.
I think it's terrible. I'll go to college if it'll help you and Mom stay together.
I appreciate that, but it won't change anything. I just wanted to talk to you directly. Take some responsibility. You know how that is.
I just don't want to be blamed. It's not my fault.
I know it's not your fault. Maybe I'm also here because I wanted to ask if you had any advice for me. You seem to be more in tune with what's going on than I do.
You're asking me for advice?
Sure. Why not? You're a smart kid. Come to think of it, you're actually not a kid anymore. Got any for your old man?
The only thing I can think of is to go talk to Norman. He's been through this. Maybe he'll have some ideas.
Scene 16, Oliver Stevens' library. Timothy figures in old carpenter's plane while Jane sits near a sawhouse.
So Dad came and talked to you?
Yeah, he really sounded bad.
At least everyone knows now.
Dad cheated on you.
He did. Many times in the past, not lately.
So that's the reason you want a divorce. You hate him for that.
No, Timothy. I don't hate him for that. And really, I don't even hate him at all. I'm sad for what he did to us by not being around or taking an interest in you and being so hard. I feel sorry for him because he missed so much, things you can't make up for. And once they're gone, that's it. And I'm sad for me for putting up with all of that for all these years.
I understand. But I hate the thought of you two breaking up after all these years. Maybe he'll figure out a way to change. He asked me for advice.
He told me he was going to try to get some advice, but I never thought he would ask you. Did you have any for him?
I suggested he talk to Norman. Norman's a man of experience.
Scene 17, Norman Stevens' library.
I'm surprised to see you. Are you dying? You called me, and I'm doing all the talking. What's on your mind?
I wanted to say long time no see or something to that effect, but the truth is, Jane's threatening to leave me and I'm scared shitless.
Can't say I'm surprised. Oh yeah, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I'm not joking. This is serious. I need some serious advice. I love Jane, and I love Timothy, and I don't want to lose my family. I know I've been a nasty son of a bitch, and I'm paying the price now, but I'm asking you, what can I do?
Why are you asking me? I was a nasty son of a bitch too. I can't help you.
You've been writing a memoir.
Yep, it's all about me. My life. Besides being nasty, I was selfish.
I'm like that too.
Exactly the problem. My advice, for what it's worth, is go be like someone else.
What the hell kind of advice is that? It's useless.
Best I can do.
You don't seem angry with me. You should be angry with me. I've shut you out all these years.
Yeah, you did, and I should be, but now, I'm just sad. All that wasted time.
I resented you for trying to control my life. You gave me everything, and in turn expected me to do what you said. You wanted me to be in the business. It was transactional.
One of my many mistakes.
You should have listened to me. I like owning pawn shops. You have to know a lot about all different kinds of things, which means you have to know history, science, art, and you need to know a lot of experts to call when you need advice. I'm not afraid to ask for advice, even about books.
You're right. How's the library turning out?
You're still controlling me. I want to know part of it. It'll be a reminder of what you did to me. I'll always hate it.
No, you won't. There's something about a beautiful library that feeds the soul. I found that out late in life. Timothy will love it, and then after time has passed, so will you.
You're wrong.
You'll see. I don't have long. Yes, I made you an offer you couldn't refuse, and you feel used because of it. Give it up. People make other people offers they can't refuse all the time. You made Jane an offer once. Remember that? Give this back to Timothy and remind him that he promised he would finish it.
What if he says no?
Make him an offer he can't refuse and promise me you won't read it until it's done.
I'll try.
Promise me.
I promise.
Scene 18. Jane hands Peter a plank that he sets on a portable table saw. He carefully rips a 6-inch wide piece.
Oliver thinks I'm making a big mistake letting Timothy spend time with you. Do you think it's safe?
Safe? What do you mean?
He won't cut himself or break something. I guess I mean he won't get injured.
You know I cannot promise anything like that. There's no way to avoid injury in this business.
Then I guess I shouldn't allow Timothy to work with you.
Timothy has aptitude for this work.
How do you know?
I've shown him a little, the basics, how to use a router, for example.
He's a quick learner.
When did all this learning take place?
After he returns from school, generally it's one of your volunteer jobs. You didn't know?
Tells me nothing.
May I just say one other thing, and I hope you do not take it the wrong way. In this world, there are many types of jobs. Most have risks of one sort or another. My job has a physical risk. I've broken this thumb many times. My experience is a parent cannot protect their adult children from risk. It's part of life.
Life is risk.
So what do I do?
In my opinion, it's better to help a child decide on something they love to do. The risks will not go away, but perhaps they will become acceptable, or at least manageable.
Scene 19. Oliver Stevens' library. Oliver touches a carefully wrapped package and walks into the library. He climbs the ladder to the top shelf of a bookcase and places it in an inconspicuous corner, climbs down and turns to leave.
Jane!
What are you doing in here at this hour?
I couldn't sleep. I just wanted to see how the library was coming along.
What's in the package?
Just a gift.
A gift for Peter. That's very thoughtful. That's not like you at all.
True. It's not like me. You're moving out next week. That'll be after the library is completed.
Yes, I decided to wait.
There's still time to change your mind. Look, I don't want to lose you. I've been talking to Nora.
You have? Good for you. And did you get advice?
I'm not sure. Norman advised me to try to be somebody else. I think it's like AA. Every day you try to be sober. For an alcoholic, that's like being somebody else. So I thought I would try to be like somebody else.
Who?
You.
Scene 20, Timothy's bedroom. Oliver walks in with Jane. He holds Norman's book.
Hi, son.
What's up?
Just want to talk to you for a minute.
What?
I took your advice. I went to see Norman the other day.
You did? Something must have happened. Is he okay?
He's the same. We talked for a while about things.
Things.
The past, the present, maybe even a bit about the future. We talked about you. He loves you, you know.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
It's true. He meant it.
I see you have his book.
Yes, he gave me his book to give back to you. He said you promised to finish it.
I did promise, but he kind of made me. I really didn't want to do it in the first place, but
You know, Timothy, I haven't always been the best father to you, but I always kept my promises. I went to all your soccer games. I was there when you acted in The Merchant of Venice. I promised I would take you to Yosemite, and I did.
what's your point?
You know my point. We keep our word to the best of our ability.
Yeah, you did all that stuff. But you treat me and Mom like shit. You order us around and don't give a thought about what we think, want, or need. Keeping promises is one thing, but how you treat people, and especially your family, is something else again.
Yeah, I get it. You're right. I'm making you an offer you can't refuse. Whether you finish this book or not is up to you. I promise that when you graduate, you're free to do what you want. I'll help you in any way I can. Do what you think is right. Your mother and I trust you.
Wait a minute, don't go. You can't read this book until I finish it. But he didn't say I couldn't read parts of it to you. When I was 17, I grabbed my knapsack and my big knife and slipped out the back door. I was really quiet and Ma never heard me. I had to leave. No more beatings for me. I was really sorry that she would probably get more once Pa found out I left. What could I do? I was in survival mode, me or him. If I had stayed, I would have had to kill him. She wouldn't have wanted that. I never saw them again. I decided that I wanted to see the South Pacific, so I stowed away on a steamer and found myself in Bali. I was 20. I worked as a short order cook during the day and partied at night. Girls and booze freely flowed. I remember one night, it was hot. Hot on the outside and hot on the inside. Juanita, that was her name. Spike punch, music, I don't even remember what kind. We drank and danced for hours and spent the rest of the night fucking. A perfect night, never to be repeated. And then there's this. By the time I was 40, I had a successful business, but not a successful marriage. So many debts, business and gambling. I owed $250,000 to some bad people. I was out of my mind, and I took it out on my wife and kid. She was a good woman, and the kid, Oliver, he was smart and good-hearted, laughed a lot. I cheated on her, told her about the gambling. I ruined them both, and there was no way I could make it up to them. I blew it. At the end, all I had was my business. I was a miserable fool. Couldn't ever chance getting involved with someone else. That's just part of the story. Real life lived. I want some of that. Not all of it, obviously. You know, Dad, you always said that you can't learn from others' experience, but I think maybe you can.
I never knew about all that. The gambling. He must have been going out of his mind.
Clearly. Thanks for reading to us, son. Let's go.
I'm going to have nights like that. Lots of them.
Scene 21. Norman watches Timothy carefully wrap books in plastic. Several shelves.
What do you want to do?
Scene 22. The library is complete. All the woodworking equipment is gone. There is now an oak library table in the middle of his room.
What can I say? Look around you. A magnificent room which would not have been possible without the work of Peter and Jan. And of course, I must extend my thanks to Norman for making all this possible.
If I may say a few words, I know my library has found a good home in my son's house. It will be treated with love and respect by my family, and I mean my whole family, all together.
Peter, I know I put a lot of pressure on you, but you did as you said. The library is a work of art. You and Jan are always welcome here.
Oliver climbs the ladder to the top of the bookcase where he placed the package and carries it down.
A gift.
The Carpenter's New Guide, being a complete book of lines for carpentry and joinery by Peter Nicholson, Philadelphia, 1818. Wow!
Be careful with that. It's rare. Like you. You're rare too. One of a kind.
Thanks, Dad.
You know, Dad, Timothy never let us read your memoir, but he did read parts of it to us. I never knew you left home at 17 and had those adventures in Bali. You had quite a life before you married Grandma. Then came all the problems.
Problems? Yes, he told me what he read to you. Let me correct the record. I never was abused, and I never left home at 17, and I've never been to Bali. I worked after school to bring money in. We were broke. I never cheated on Mary. Quite the opposite. She cheated on me. She became an alcoholic and couldn't care for you. Timothy made all that stuff up.
The gambling part was real, but the rest was just a little creative writing. I wanted them to know that sometimes the truth is complicated.
You took the blame for the breakup? Why?
I loved Mary. I could handle the heat that comes with divorce. She couldn't. I helped her as much as I could. I tried to do the right thing, even though it wasn't easy.
Building a library is not easy, but the end result is always worth it.
Raising a child and maintaining a marriage isn't easy, but I think the results are worth it.
Norman, what's next?
Well, Jane, I want to spend the time I have left with my old, new family. I'm moving into that first floor room so that I can continue to enjoy my library and harass all of you. My last wish, dying with a book in my hand, smile on my face. Now, all of you, come on over here and give me a hug.
You're kidding, right?
The end.
So we're going to have a few minutes break in case people want to run to the bathroom, and then we're just going to do the feedback session, which will be about 15 minutes long. So we hope you'll be able to stay and give us any comments that you have for feedback. Okay, and if you don't want to talk, you can write it on yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Ross.
Thank you. Another show, but if you could just start at that end and say who you are.
And I'm Jane Flick. I directed this amazing cast and with an amazing play. Ryan, where is he?
Right here. Okay.
He's somewhere.
Joel, find a chair. Come on.
Get a chair. Maybe a question for the playwright.
Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Hi, I'm Christopher, and I played Timothy in the reading.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Alexander. I played Peter.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I played Jane.
Hi, I'm Angel Lane. I was the narrator.
I'm Michael Norman.
Good afternoon. I'm Joel. I wrote the narrative.
And then Caleb,
He just
Yeah.
literally walked
he
out.
had to leave, okay. So Caleb played Oliver, he had to leave. I think that's it, and Michael had to leave. Okay, so, first of all, thank you all, thank you all for coming. And thank you for doing such an amazing job. Really wonderful. So, first of all, please tell us if there's anything particularly that you noticed that was interesting, special, whatever, something that you noticed that just jumped out at you. Is there anything that you can tell us about that jumped out from this whole piece? Besides all of this? Anything, any particular things? Yes, please.
I like that there are many father-son relationships
Right.
that seem to occur, kind of.
Can you repeat that?
There are all of the father-son relationships.
Father-son relationships, because you had 3 father-son relationships that were really good. Well, probably also the ones in the past. Very good. Yeah, that was lovely. Very cleverly interwoven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm leaving. Bye.
Okay. Anything else jump out at you? Yes.
Yeah, I think I would add or build on to that. I think but more on the parental side where you have these wishes for your kids and you think you're doing them a favor by giving them advice. And you know, what you're really trying to do is control them. So you're like, you have to think about this and what's a good thing to do. And it's just, I guess because I'm in that moment in my life myself. So I thought that was super interesting. And I loved the line, oh gosh, I forgot it now. It was something about love. Yeah, you love him, but you don't trust him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that is something that it is good to think about. You know, if we, because trust is a big, and also what does love mean? Right? Because there was a lot of talk about, I really love you, son, and love you. People say that all the time, I mean, especially in America, right? I love you, I love you. And it's like, but what do we mean? And like, what really is love? Because it's easy to say it and feel warm when you're with somebody, but are you there for them, right? I think it's interesting to think about,
Yeah.
especially in these families.
Yeah.
I was also piggyback on it. I think there's more than, it could be controlled. I think also, speaking as a parent, you have anxieties and you want your child to be successful. You want the best for them. And then in your own locked-in time period experience, anxiety, you give advice or you put in comments
Right.
and concerns.
So
I
there's
don't
a lot
think
of
it's just about
anxiety
control.
there,
I think it's anxiety.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yes. And worry, yes.
Worry.
I have a question for Joel.
Right.
Was there any one character that you identified with?
I think the answer is Norman.
Well, you know, I don't know about anybody else, but legacy is very important to me. How you live and what you leave behind.
Yeah, I totally agree. Legacy.
Does that mean you've written a book similar to the one that Norman wrote and you have a lot of hidden secrets?
I have no hidden secrets. Well, you know, but I have lived, as we all have here. And I think most of us, maybe all of us, have had children. And it's very difficult to raise a child. You hope for the best, but there's so much beyond your control. Maybe nothing is, you can't control very much. And you have to trust your kids. But we all make mistakes. I know in my own life, you know, I did the best I could raising my kids, but to some extent I raised them the way I was raised. My parents were immigrants. So you do bring the relationships what you subsumed from your parents, for good or ill. But everybody in this room has tried to do the best they could.
And nobody teaches you how to be a parent. You don't get lessons on how to be a parent. That's always the problem.
No, that's a good thing.
Ah.
To some extent.
Say more about that. Say more about it.
Say more.
Yeah.
Are you a psychologist?
Can I say a little about that? There's tons of classes on how to be a parent. There's books and everything. You just have to go out and like want to listen to other people. And I think that's the stumbling block a lot of people have. Like there's libraries of books. There's like oceans of class. When I became a parent a couple of years ago, the hospital had so many classes just about the functional things of like how to do CPR on a baby, how to like change the diaper and stuff, but also just classes about living the life of being a parent and like the psychology of raising a kid. The idea that there's no class about this, it's I think the character that I specifically was working with is the idea of an outsider who is offering lived experience, and Timothy is the person who is reaching out, trying to get that extra experience. The people who say that there's no one who teaches you how to be a parent are people who didn't ask anyone, can you teach me how to be a parent?
I think it's generational.
Sure, there's also
There's a
generational.
lot more
Sure, yeah.
out there now than
Yeah.
there probably was.
Yeah,
Which is also what the play's about.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's great, that's great.
Well, in my day, we just had Dr. Spock. That was it.
I thought that was a good thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
It was, it had good advice, and now I've watched my own children read the wrong books and not use their own instincts on how to raise their children. And they like miss it because they read the wrong books. That's what I mean. Dr. Spock
Yes.
said.
I hope they don't think we read the wrong book.
Well, maybe the point is we'll all make our own mistakes. There'll be different generation to generation, but we'll all make our own mistakes because we're all imperfect.
Yeah.
And I think this was a play about asking for forgiveness, redemption, trying to connect as end of life is approaching very quickly. For me, it was a profound sadness, but maybe some hopefulness as well.
Yes. There was a lot of sadness. Yes. Laura.
Yeah, so I think I'm probably the youngest
Speak
one.
louder, speak louder.
I'm probably the youngest one here, and I can definitely see where both of you are coming from. I also had a librarian tell me that being a parent is the only job you're only qualified for after you've done it. And there's also different definitions of what it means to be a good parent to everybody, which obviously we see in the two different dynamics in the family. I'm from Brazil, raised, born, bred there. My parents are very tough. My mom played both roles, the dad and the mom. And I think I always say that she acts like a man with, women's emotions, because sometimes she can't really control it and then it backfires on her. But, she has good intentions, like the guilt and the worry, and I think is what we see here. And I'm trying to be more communicative with her, trying to not resent her for things that she won't say or she doesn't say, or things that she just understands differently than I did. Because, it's hard, even though there's many books in it, and everybody's living for the first time, my day is the same as her day, so it's quite a complicated dynamic to navigate. And I think, the whole, part where Oliver didn't speak to his dad, to Norman, for a very long time, it's the
the extreme, and everybody has different family dynamic in a different situation. Especially the abuse part. I was thinking I wasn't physically abusive or anything like that, because people jump to that conclusion because usually you would think that you would need to be physically abusive to cut somebody off in your life. But this just shows that this is one representation of a family, and there could be many, and it's a good reflective play, I thought.
Yes.
I think for whatever reason, a lot of people aren't exposed to lessons about healthy parenting, but what they are exposed to is their own family, which may or may not be healthy. So.
Could you say that a little louder?
Sorry, I think for whatever reason, a lot of parents aren't exposed to, lessons, education about healthy parenting, but what they are exposed to is their own family, which may or may not be healthy.
Right.
So, and the fact that there is so much advice out there actually can be a problem because it's difficult to figure out which is correct. so this kind of is on both sides, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Something I found that stood out was the advice to act like somebody else, which may sound kind of impossible at first, but it's advice to find good examples. Find healthy examples,
yes.
Which is hugely valuable.
So try to be somebody else and stand in somebody else's shoes.
Yeah, so to act like somebody else if your life isn't going right, you're not doing
Yes.
things well, try, I think one way to interpret that advice is find people who who you think are doing things right and use them as examples. So.
Right.
I think that's very valuable.
So do you have any, yes?
Yeah, I just want to ask Joel, what's next for this play? Do you have thoughts about that, I bet?
I have no idea what I can do about with this play, what I can take it further in some way. First of all, I don't know that it's good enough. It's very difficult to judge your own work, if at all possible. Other people tell you if they like it or don't like whatever you do. I've written lots of screenplays and several other plays. And it's very difficult to move them forward. Being older as I am, and I said in the play, the options become more limited, which is true. In life, options become more limited. The world kind of closes in. To some extent. It's a shame, but it's a fact.
Yes.
I found it very creative that Timothy made up the things he read to them from the book. And although, as some people said, there was a sadness to it, he said that he's a good creative writer and he was learning carpentry, and the legacy all falls to what Timothy's future is, and I thought that gave a big glimmer of hope.
Well, yeah, what was I thinking? You have to like the writing of it. I enjoy the writing of things, the doing of it. If nothing further happens with this play, well, nothing further happens with this play. I enjoyed writing it. I feel very good that all my friends and people I know and respect came out to see it. It means a lot to me. And maybe that's good enough.
Are there any questions you would like to ask of Joel or the director or the actors? Any unfinished questions? Yes.
I'm interested in the role of books. The role of books in this play. It was beautiful.
Well, I have a library.
It was very beautiful. There's such a central role of books and language. And I don't even know who I'm asking it to. But
the writer, I suppose.
I have lots of books. And I enjoy books, and I've been collecting first editions for 50 years. And my father was a carpenter, and he had tools.
one of the lines I most remember is when you...
Sorry, what?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how butch?
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Next to Timothy.
I identify as a twig, but you
Hi.
gotta out me like that.
The carpenter.
Yeah.
Carpenter.
Yeah.
His name's Peter.
Talked about how you felt about the tools of your father.
The plane,
The plane.
when you
Yeah.
use a plane, you can feel
Yeah, that's right.
the wood. And imagine your father doing it.
Yeah.
Also, the putting joints together, putting various pieces together, the whole is stronger than each piece of wood itself.
Yes.
It's putting the family together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
beautiful.
mortise and tenon.
That connection is very beautiful. Yeah.
And the carpenter had a library, which was also important. Albeit a small one, it was a library.
I generally don't write plays like this, but this play is very personal to me. And I appreciate Roz at TC2 putting it on.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
And I thought it was very well acted.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was curious, you guys, it's a very intimate feeling watching this play. Do you guys like work together all the time or something? Or
I have never met any of these people.
I knew Caleb, the person who played my husband, but we've never acted together until now. But other than that, like, this is my first time meeting everybody in this room.
Kit and I did one of the scenes for the play festival in May. So we, you know,
Yeah, we worked together.
We worked together
Yeah.
in these roles.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank Donna for directing it.
Donna, we'd like to thank you for directing.
Oh, you're very welcome. I just want to add, we had 3 rehearsals, because that's kind of what you do with stage reading. So I just felt watching it and listening to it that there were so many connections they were all making with each other that it was, I said, this is amazing, really, when we think about 3 rehearsals. So you really did a great job.
And Angel doing stage directions.
Oh, yes.
To speak to how quickly those connections can get made, we only had Angel at our last rehearsal, and these two weren't even in the room for our first rehearsal. So,
It
like,
was on a tiny little computer.
yeah. So, like, what you're seeing here is people who are extremely skilled at coming in and gelling with whoever they're put in a room with. Roz, in particular, has a very good eye for people who can chemically bond very quickly like that.
Yeah, I have to say that TC Squared has a database, if you like, of actors and directors who do really good work. And I'm basically the person who casts most of the pieces, and I reckon I know people well enough to cast them in the right place. I think casting is one of my strengths, and directing is also because I'm a director. And so I know what these people can do from seeing them in other things. And so I think that would be perfect for that role. And usually it is, because I know it's only going to be 2 or 3 rehearsals. Because that's all it ever is, because we can't afford to pay them for more than 2 or 3 rehearsals. Who did you choose the cast? Me. You chose the cast? Yes, I choose the cast.
And the director.
And the director helps, yeah. Oh, time.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Time is the Super Bowl, yes, okay. All right, thank you all so much.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you.